Hello viewers, my name is Steven. Welcome to this tutorial video. As you all know, mathematics is one of the core and crucial subjects. Today we will be looking at the solved and explained 2019 WAEC objective questions to help you prepare ahead of your forthcoming examination. Past questions are meant for preparation, and preparation is the first step towards success. Therefore, you need past question, and I believe with this you will be able to understand the procedure for solving your forthcoming mathematics questions, and you will be able to perform better. Preparation is powerful. If you are preparing for WAEC, NECO, GC and JAMB, this tutorial will help you. All things are possible with God, and Jesus is Lord. Believe me, whatever your ability in mathematics, I guarantee you that you can make A in your mathematics. What you need is just preparation and to understand the procedure for solving each question. Believe me, you can do it. You can make it. Please like, share and subscribe. Question 1. Express correct with three significant figures 0.003597. Here is the procedure for solving the question. The significant figure of a digit reduces moving from the left towards the right. Pi is not considered a significant number. Pi is a number of zeros immediately after decimal point. To approximate to a significant figure from the whole number to the last number of the figure, and the significant figure required, then consider the next. If it's up to 5, that is range of 5 to 9, round up to 1. If it's not up to 5, that is range of 0 to 4, round up to 0, and then add to the previous figure. Note, do not include Pi, a significant figure when counting. Let's check the solution. Now here is our question. For us to solve this, don't forget that Pi must not be included as significant figure. We are not going to consider Pi as significant figure, and here we have two Pi's included. Therefore we are going to start counting from here. When we count to three significant figure, we are going to have 1, 2, 3. Therefore this is where we are going to stop, and we are going to consider the next. For us to consider this, we can see that 7 is in the range of 5 to 9. Therefore we are going to round it up to 1 and add it to the previous figure. When we add this one to the previous figure, we are going to have 9 plus 1 equals to 10. Don't forget that we are not going to write all this 10 down. What are we going to do? We are going to add this one here to the previous figure here, that is 5 plus 1, and it remains 0 left here. Therefore we are going to have 0.00360. Question 2. Evaluate 0.064 raised to power minus 1 over 3. Here is the procedure for solving this. Apply the laws of indices, where a raised to power minus b over c is equals to 1 over a raised to power b over c. Cube root the denominator, convert the fractions to its lowest terms. Let's check the solution. Let's apply the laws of indices, where a raised to power minus b over c is equals to 1 over a raised to power b over c. Therefore we are going to have 1 over 0.064 raised to power 1 over 3, which is equals to 1 over cube root of 0.064, which gives 1 over 0.4. Then we multiply both numerator and denominator by 10. We now have 1 multiplied by 10 over 0.4 multiplied by 10 equals to 10 over 4. When we convert the fraction to its lowest terms, we have 5 over 2. Question 3. Solve y plus 1 over 2 minus 2y plus 1 over 3 equals to 4. Here is the procedure for solving this. The step 1 is to clear the fractions by multiplying the expression with the LCM of the denominator. Then we take the unknown value to one side of the equation and the quantities to the other side of the equation by collecting the like terms. The step 3 here is to divide through by the coefficient of the unknown value. Let's check the solution. Don't forget that the first steps here is to clear the fractions by multiplying expression with the LCM of the denominator. Here is our question now. The LCM of this denominator, that is the LCM of 2 and 3 now, is 6. Then we multiply through by 6. We now have 6 multiplied by these times minus 6 multiplied by these terms is equals to 6 multiplied by these terms. 2 divide 6, we have 3. 3 divide minus 6, we have minus 2. And 6 multiplied by 4, we have 25. Therefore, when you open this bracket, you have 3y plus 3 minus 4y plus 2 equals to 24. Then you collect the like terms. You have 3y minus 4y equals to 24 minus 5. Therefore, 3y minus 4y we have minus y is equals to 24 minus 5 is equals to 19. Then divide both sides by minus 1. We now have y is equals to minus 19. Question 4. Simplify correct to 3 significant figures. 27.63 square minus 12.37 square. Let's check the procedure for solving this. If an expression represents the difference between two squares, it can be factorized as a product. Finally, round off the answer to 3 significant figures. Let's check the solution. Let's factorize using difference between two squares method. We are going to apply this method now. Now we are going to have these terms to represent our A and these terms to represent our B. We are going to employ these. 27.63 plus 12.37, close the bracket, open another bracket. 27.63 minus 12.37. When you add these two together, you have 40 multiplied by 27.63 minus 12.37, you have 15.26. But when you multiply the two together, you have 610.1. When you approximate it to 3 significant figure, you have 610. Question 5. If 7 plus y is equals to 4 mod 8, find the least value of y. 10 less than equals to y and y less than equals to 30. The procedure for solving this, 10 less than equals to y and y less than equals to 30, it means 10 to 30. Then convert 4 away from mod 8 to its normal value. Then you assume numbers. You can assume from 0 to 4. Then you substitute the assumed numbers for the quotient. Therefore, the least value of y in the range of 10 to 30 is the answer. Now let's check the solution. Here is our question. Then you have 7 plus y is equals to a multiplied by quotient plus 4. Here, what do we mean by this? Don't forget, for us to get 4 mod 8, we divide this 8 from one particular quotient and it's the remainder that gives us 4. And for us to convert 4 away from mod 8 to its normal value, we are going to multiply this 8 by that same particular quotient and add our remainder to it. We don't know the particular quotient, therefore we are going to assume numbers. Let's substitute for quotient as our assumed numbers. Now let's represent our q to be 0. Let's start from the least value. Let's represent our q to be 0. You now have 7 plus y is equals to 8 multiplied by 0 plus 4. When you collect like terms, your y now is equals to minus 3. Let's substitute for q to be 1. You now have 7 plus y is equals to a multiplied by 1 plus 4. When you collect the like terms, you have y equals to 5. Don't forget that this 5 does not fall to this range. Therefore, that is not our answer. As well as this minus 3 does not fall to this range. It's not our answer as well. We are going to assume more numbers. When we substitute q for 2, 7 plus y is equals to a multiplied by 2 plus 4. When you collect the like terms, your y now is equals to 13. Don't forget that this 13 it falls to this range of 10 to 30. Therefore, least value of y is 13. Question 6. If t is equals to prime numbers and m is equals to odd numbers, a subset of u, that is the universal set, and universal set A is equals to 0 less than x and s less than equals to 10, and x is an integer, find t complement intersect m complement. Procedure for solving this: prime numbers are numbers that can only be divisible by itself and 1, and t stands the set t represents prime numbers. Odd numbers are numbers not divisible by 2 without a remainder, such as 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on and so forth. And set m represents odd numbers. When we are talking about complement set is a subset of universal set whose members do not belong to any other subset but the universal set. Now, intersection of sets, it is the combination of two or more sets to form a new set whose members are common to the combining set. Now let's check the solution. If universal set is equals to 0 less than x and s less than equals to 10, that is, you have to start from 1 to 10. Set t now is equals to prime numbers in this range, that is in the range of 1 to 10, and the prime numbers in the range of 1 to 10 are 2, 3, 5 and 7. M is equals to odd numbers in this range, and odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Now let's check the complement of the two sets. The complement of T now is equals to, that is, the numbers that exist in universal set but not exist in set T. Now what are the numbers that exist in universal set but are not in set T? These are 1, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Now complement of M, what are the numbers that exist in universal set but are not in set M? These are 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Intersection of the complement of T and complement of M. This is complement of T and this is the complement of M. Now the intersection of both of them, now what they have in common is known as the intersection of their sets. So complement T intersect complement M now is equals to 4, 6, 8 and 10. Question 7. Evaluate log 9 base 3 minus log 8 base 2 divided by log 9 base 3. Let's check the procedure for solving this. Express the numerator and denominator in power. That's the first step. Then apply the laws of logarithms, where log b raised to power c base a is equals to c times log b base a. Then apply the law of logarithms, where log a base a is equals to 1, that is, log of common base is equals to 1. Let's check the solution. The first step is to express the numerator and denominator in power. For us to express this 9 in power, we are going to have 3 square. 8 in power, we are going to have 2 raised to power 3. To express 9 in power, we are going to have 3 square as well. So we apply this law of logarithms. We now have 2 log 3 base 3 minus 3, this power will come to this side, 3 log 2 base 2 divided by power here we come to the front. We now have 2 log 3 base 3. Now let's apply the law of common base. We now have 2 into bracket of 1 minus 3 into bracket of 1 divided by 2 divided by 1. Therefore 2 times 1 we have 2 minus 3 times 1 we have 3 divided by 2 times 1, which is 2, equals to 2 minus 3 we have minus 1 over 2. Question 8. If 23 base y is equals to 1111 base 2, find the value of y. Let's check the procedure for solving this. For the equation to hold, we convert both sides to numbers in base 10. This is done by method of expansion in the powers. The powers of expansion starts with n minus 1, where n is the total number of digits. Then we collect the like terms, that is, the unknown numbers to one side and the known value to the other side, and then we divide through by the coefficient of the unknown value. Let's check the solution. The first step here is to convert both sides to base 10, and for us to convert it to base 10, we are going to multiply this value by its base, this second value as well by its base. And about the power, you are going to apply the method of expansion in the power, and you represent your n as the total number of digits. Here the total number of digits here is 2, right? Here the total number of digits here is 4. Now let's start. We now have 2 times the total number of digits. This is the first digit, this is the second digit. Therefore we are going to use 2 here. Now I have 2 minus 1 plus, here this is the first digit, we are going to use 1 to represent your n. Here we have, this is the fourth digit. When you start from the back, this is the first digit, second digit, third digit and the fourth digit. You are going to have 4 minus 1. Here this is the third digit, you are going to represent it as 3. Here this is the second digit, you are going to represent your n as 2, and this is the first digit, you are going to represent your n as 1. Now let's proceed. 2 minus 1 we have 1, 1 minus 1 we have 0, 4 minus 1 we have 3, 3 minus 1 we have 2, 2 minus 1 we have 1, and 1 minus 1 we have 0. Now after that, y raised to power 1 we have y raised to power of 0, anything raised to power 0 is 1. 2 raised to power 3 we have 8, 2 raised to power of 2, that is 2 times 2 we have 4, 2 raised to power of 1 we have 2, and 2 raised to power of 0 1. Don't forget that anything raised to power of 0 is 1. After that we multiply. 2 times y we have 2y, 3 times 1 we have 3, 1 times 8 8, 1 times 4 4, 1 times 2 2, 1 times 1 1. Now the next step is to collect the like terms. 2y is equals to 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. When we carry this plus 3 to the other side, we have minus 3. Then we have 2y is equals to 12. The next step is to divide both sides by 2. 12 divided by 2, we have 6. Question 9. If 6p and 14 are consecutive terms in an arithmetic progression, find the value of p. Let's check the procedure for solving this. The first step here is to equate the formula of the common difference in arithmetic progression. That is, common difference is equals to second term minus first term, third term minus second term, fourth term minus third term. The second step here, we collect like terms, and then we divide through by the coefficient of the unknown value. Now let's check the solution. This 6 represents our first term, p is our second term, and 14 is our third term. Therefore, we apply the formula of common difference by equating the common difference. We can get our common difference by saying second term minus first term, and we can also get our common difference by deducting second term from third term. Now let's equate them. We now have second term minus first term, that is, our second term here is p, right, minus first term, our first term is 6, equals to third term here is 14 minus second term, which is p. Then we collect the like terms. P plus p, now we have 2p, equals to, now 14 plus 6, now we have 20. Then divide both sides by 2. 20 divided by 2, we have 10 remain. Question 10. Evaluate 2 root 28 minus 3 root 50 plus root 72. The procedure for solving this: the first step here is to expand the numbers under root, if possible. Patterns of square numbers must be applied, such as 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, and so on and so forth. And the next step here is to apply the rule of sort, where a root c plus b root c is equals to a plus b root c. Now let's check the solution. Now don't forget that for us to expand this number, we must involve patterns of square numbers. Now, and our patterns of square numbers are 4, 9, 16, 25, and so on and so forth. Let's take what can goes out of this pattern of square numbers to divide this value, and what can goes here is only 4. We now have 4 times 7 minus 3. About the 50, out of the patterns of square numbers, what can goes in 50 is 25. We now say 25 can goes in 2 ways, that is 25 times 2, plus 72. What can goes in 72 out of these patterns of square numbers? What can goes is 36, and 36 can only goes in 2 times. Now let's separate them. We now have 2 times root 4 times root 7 minus 3 times root 25 times root 2 plus root 36 times root 2. We now have 2 times root 4 2 times root 7 minus 3 times 5 times root 2 plus root 36 give us 6 times root 2. We now have 2 times 2, we have 4 root 7 minus 3 times 5 times root 2, we have 15 root 2 plus 6 times root 2, we have 6 root 2. After that, we now apply this rule of sort, where a root c plus b root c is equals to a plus b root c. Here now we have root 2 in common here, therefore we are going to say 4 root 7 minus 15 plus 6 root 2. Therefore 4 root 7 minus 9 root 2. Question 11. If m ratio n is equals to 2 ratio 1, evaluate 3m square minus 2n square divided by m square plus mn. Here is the procedure for solving this. Represent m ratio n in terms of fraction as m over n. Then to eliminate m and n, we divide all the terms by n squared to make the terms half fraction of n and m. Then substitute the fractions in terms of the given value. Let's check the solution. Now these are our given values. M ratio n is equals to 2 ratio 1, which is equals to m over n is equals to 2 over 1. Then we divide the numerator and denominator of this expression by n squared. When you divide this expression by n squared, we have this. Therefore, we substitute for m over n, that is 2 over 1, for m over n. We now have this expression, that is 3, open the brackets, 2 over 1 square minus 2 divided by 2 over 1 square plus 2 over 1. 3 multiplied by 2 square, close the brackets, minus 2 divided by 2 square plus 2. 2 square now we have 4. 2 square here we have 4 as well. Now 3 multiplied by 4 we have 12 minus 2 divided by 4 plus 2 we have 6. Then 12 minus 2 we have 10 remain divided by 6. When you cut it to its lowest terms, we have 5 over 3. Question 12. If h varies directly as p and inversely as the square of y, if h is equals to 1, p is equals to 8, and y is equals to 2, find h in terms of p and y. Here is the procedure for solving this. This kind of variation is known as joint variation. When they say h varies directly as p, it means this, and when they say h inversely as square of y, it means this. Now this type of question is known as one direct and one indirect variation. When we have two types of variation but we are going to combine the two variations to form joint variation, when you combine the two variations together, you have this expression. Then you connect the relation by applying constants to the expression. But we are going to have h is equals to pk divided by y square. Then solve for k by substituting for the given value. Then substitute for k. Now let's check the solution now. If h is equals to 1, p is equals to 8, and y is equals to 2, then h is equals to pk divided by y square. When we substitute for the given values, we have 1 is equals to 8k divided by 2 square. We now have 1 is equals to 8k divided by 4. Then we cross multiply to clear the fractions. We now have 4 times 1, we have 4, is equals to 8k. When we divide both sides by 8, we have k equals to 1 over 2. Hence, h is equals to pk over y square. Our h now is equals to p over y square multiplied by 1 over 2 when you substitute for this k. Therefore, our h now is equals to p over 2y square. Question 13. Solve 4x square minus 16x plus 15 equals to 0. Here is the procedure for solving this. When a is not unity, minus 1 inclusive, we have to solve by finding the factors of the product of a and c that will sum up to give p. Here a is not unity, we find ac such that when added it gives us b. Our a here is equals to 4 and our c is equals to plus 15. ac is equals to plus 60, that is 4 multiplied by plus 15, and b is equals to minus 16. Let's find the factors of plus 60 now. Now the factors of plus 60 are plus 6 and plus 10, minus 6 and minus 10, plus 3 and plus 20. When added up, we have plus 15 for these terms, we have minus 16 for this one, and we have plus 23 for this one. We can see that is only the factor 2 that meets our need. Therefore, we are going to replace these factors for minus 16x. Then we factorize the expression, then make each expression equal to 0, then solve for the unknown numbers. Here is the solution. Here is our question. Then we factorize the expression. When we factorize this expression, we have this. Don't forget that we have to substitute minus 6x minus 10x for minus 16x. Then when you factorize this, you have 2x into bracket 2x minus 3 minus 5 into bracket 2x minus 3. That is when you group them into 2. What is common here? We have 2x minus 3 in common. These terms divided by 2x minus 3, we have 2x remain. These terms also divided by 2x minus 3, we have minus 5 remain. Let's make these terms equal 0. You now have 2x minus 3 is equals to 0, or 2x minus 5 is equals to 0. When you collect the like terms, you have 2x is equals to 3, or 2x is equals to 5. Then divide both sides by 2. You now have x is equals to 1 whole number 1 over 2, or x is equals to 2 whole number 1 over 2. Question 14. Evaluate 0.42 divided by 2.5 over 0.5 multiplied by 2.05, leaving the answer in standard form. Procedure for solving this. In this case, you convert all to whole numbers with their respective indices treated separately. Here is the solution. 42 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 2 divided by 25 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 1 over 5 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 1 multiplied by 205 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 2. Now you now have 42 divided by 25 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 2 divided by 10 raised to power minus 1 over 5 multiplied by 205 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 1 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 2. Now 42 divided by 25 we have 1.68 and 5 multiplied by 205 we have 1025. We are going to have 1.68 divided by 1025 multiplied by 10 raised to power. When you apply the laws of indices, you will express the terms in their common base. 10 raised to power minus 2 plus 1 minus 1 minus 2. You now have 1.68 divided by 1025 multiplied by minus 1 plus 3. You now have 1.68 divided by 1025 multiplied by 10 raised to power 2. 1.68 divided by 1025 we have 0.001689 multiplied by 10 raised to power 2. When you convert these terms into standard form, we have 1.689 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 3 multiplied by 10 raised to power 2. We have 1.689 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 3 plus 2. You now have 1.689 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 1. Question 15. Simplify log 6 base 10 minus 3 log 3 base 10 plus 2 over 3 log 27 base 10. Here is the procedure for solving this. Apply these laws of logarithms where a log c base b is equal to log c raised to power a base b. Then apply the appropriate conversion by multiplying the numbers where addition sign is and divide the numbers where subtraction sign is. Here is the solution. Now let's express this question in form of these laws of logarithms. We now have this expression. You rearrange by carrying the one with positive sign together and the one with negative sign to the back. Then we now have log 6 base 10 plus log 3 square base 10 minus log 3 raised to power 3 base 10. Don't forget that we have to convert where addition sign is to multiplication and where subtraction sign is to division. Now we are going to have log 54 over 27 base 10. Therefore our answer is equal to log 2 base 10. Question 16. Bala sold an article for 6,600 naira and made a profit of 15%. Calculate his percentage profit if he had sold it for 6,600 naira. Here is the procedure for solving this. Let cost price be x, then the percentage cost price is 100%. Now the percentage of profits made is equals to 15%. The percentage selling price is equals to percentage cost price plus percentage of profits made. The formula for cost price is equal to selling price multiplied by percentage cost price divided by percentage selling price. The formula for the percentage profit now is equals to selling price minus cost price divided by cost price multiplied by 100%. Now let's check the solution. We say we should let the cost price of the article be x naira. Then percentage cost price will be 100%. The percentage selling price now is equals to percentage cost price plus percentage of profits made. That is 100 plus 15% equals to 115%. Now the cost price now is equals to selling price multiplied by percentage cost price divided by percentage selling price. That is x is equals to 6,900 naira multiplied by 100% divided by 115%. Our x now is equals to 6,000 naira. Now using the formula of percentage profit, for us to get our percentage profit now, percentage profit is equals to selling price minus cost price divided by cost price multiplied by 100%. That is 6,600 naira minus 6,000 naira divided by 6,000 naira multiplied by 100%. Therefore, our percentage profit now is equals to 10%. Question 17. If 3p is equals to 4q and 9p is equals to 8q minus 12, find the value of pq. Here is the procedure for solving this. Here we are going to apply elimination by equating method. The step A in solving this, in each equation, get an algebraic value of the same unknown quantity. Here, let's solve for P in equation 1 and in equation 2. And step B, let's equate the algebraic values to form simple equation. That is, we equate equation 3 and equation 4. The step C here, we now solve for the unknown value and then substitute the unknown value from any of the algebraic values and solve for the other unknown value. Now let's check the solution here. Let's make this to be our equation 1 and this to be our equation 2. Then, using elimination by equating method, let's solve for P in equation 1 and equation 2. When we solve for P in equation 1, we have P is equals to 4Q divided by 3. When we solve for P in equation 2, we have P is equals to 8Q minus 12 divided by 9. Now let's equate equation 3 and 4. When we equate equation 3 and 4, we have 4Q divided by 3 is equals to 8Q minus 12 divided by 9. Then let's cross multiply to clear the fractions. We now have 4Q multiplied by 9 is equals to 3 multiplied by 8Q minus 12. Now 4Q multiplied by 9, we have 36Q is equals to 3 multiplied by 8Q minus 12, we have 24Q minus 36. Then let's collect the like terms. When you collect the like terms, we have 12Q is equals to minus 36. Then divide both sides by 12. When you divide both sides by 12, we have our Q to be equals to minus 3. Substitute Q for minus 3 in equation 3. We are going to have P is equals to minus 12 over 3. That is, P is equals to minus 4. Therefore, the value of PQ is equals to P multiplied by Q, which is equals to minus 4 multiplied by minus 3. That is, when you substitute for your P and Q, you now have 12. Question 18. If 0.25 raised to power y is equals to 32, find the value of y. Here is the procedure for solving this. The first step here is to convert the decimal into fractions. Then apply the laws of indices where a raised to power minus b is equals to 1 over a raised to power b. Then express both sides of the equation in the powers of their common base and equate the powers. Then divide through by the coefficient of the unknown number. Now let's check the solution. Here is our question. When we convert this decimal into fractions, we have 1 over 4 raised to power y equals to 32. When we express it in form of power, we have 2 raised to power minus 2y is equals to 2 raised to power 5. Therefore, we have this base in common. Now let's cancel the base and equate the powers. We now have minus 2y is equals to 5 when we equate the powers. Then divide both sides by minus 2. When we divide both sides by minus 2, we have y is equals to minus 5 over 2. Question 19. There are 8 boys and 4 girls in a lift. What is the probability that the first person who steps out of the lift will be a boy? Here is the procedure for solving this. The formula for probability is equals to numbers of expected outcome divided by total number of possibility outcome. Then we convert the fraction to its lowest terms. Now let's check the solution. The number of boys here in the question here is equals to 8 and the number of girls is equals to 4. Total number of the possibility outcome now, the total number of boys and girls now is equals to 12. Hence, the probability that the first person who steps out of the lift will be a boy is equals to number of boys divided by the total number of boys and girls. That is the number of expected outcome divided by the total number of the possibility outcome. Therefore, the number of boys now is equals to 8 divided by the total number of the possibility outcome is equals to 12. When you cut this to its lowest term, we have 2 over 3. 20. Simplify x squared minus 5x minus 14 divided by x squared minus 9x plus 14. Here is the procedure for solving this. Factorize the numerator and denominator. That is the first step. Then cancel what is common in the numerator and denominator. Now let's check the solution. Here is our question. When we factorize this expression, we have x squared minus 7x plus 2x minus 14 divided by x squared minus 7x minus 2x plus 14. Hence, we now have x into bracket x minus 7 plus 2 into bracket x minus 7, When you group this into 2 and pick out what is common, you have this. When you group this also into 2 and pick out what is common, you have x in common here. X squared divided by x, you have x remain. Minus 7x divided by x, you have minus 7. When you group this one also, you have minus 2 in common. When you divide this expression, minus 2x divided by minus 2, you have x remain. When you divide plus 14 divided by minus 2, you have minus 7. We now have x plus 2 and x minus 7. That is, we have this and this in common. Pick what is common out. This is what is common, right? And divide each terms by what is common. What is common here in the numerator here is x minus 7. When you divide each terms by x minus 7, you have x remain here and you have plus 2 remain here. When you divide x minus 7 here, because x minus 7 is also common in the denominator, you have x remain here and you have minus 2 remain here. Now group them together as well. When you cancel what is common in the numerator and denominator, you have x plus 2 over x minus 2 remain. Question 21. Which of these follows would you make 3p minus 1 over p squared minus p undivided? Procedure for solving this: factorize the expression where possible. The expression will be undivided only when the denominator equals to 0. Collect the like terms where possible. The solution for solving this is our question. Now let's factorize the expression. For us to factorize this expression, we know that it's only the denominator that can be factorized. Now let's check what is common in the denominator here. We have p in common, then p divided by p squared, we have p. Now p divided by minus p, we have minus 1. For the expression to be undivided, we need to make the denominator equals to 0. We now have p is equals to 0 or p minus 1 equals to 0. Then collect the like terms. You now have p is equals to, when you carry this minus 1 to this side, you now have plus 1. P is equals to 1. Hence p is equals to 1. We make the given expression defined. Question 22. The total surface area of a solid cylinder is 165 cm square. If the base diameter is 7 cm, calculate its height. Take pi is equals to 22 over 7. The procedure for solving this: apply the formula for the total surface area of cylinder equals to 2 times pi times height times radius plus 2 times pi times radius square. It can be factorized as 2 pi r open the bracket h plus r, that is height plus radius close the bracket. Then substitute for the value of the given expression, then solve for the height in the formula. Let's check the solution. The total surface area of a cylinder here, this is the formula. Then let's substitute for the value. We have 2 pi h r plus 2 pi r as 165 cm square. Now this is it, which is equals to 2 pi r open the bracket height plus radius close the bracket, where radius is equals to diameter divided by 2. Therefore our radius now is equals to 3.5 cm. 165 is equals to 2 times, they said we should take our pi to be 22 over 7 times our radius now is 3.5 cm. Open the bracket. Our height, we don't know what our height is. Now let's represent it as h plus r 3.5 cm. Then we now have 165 is equals to 22 times h plus 3.5. Let's divide both sides by 22. When you divide both sides, we have 165 over 22 is equals to h plus 3.5. Then collect the like terms. H now is equals to 7.5 minus 3.5. Your h now is equals to 4. Question 23. If 2 raised to power a is equals to root 64 and b over a is equals to 3, evaluate a square plus b square. Procedure for solving: expressing both sides of the equation in the powers of their common base. Cancel out the base and equate the powers. Then solve for the unknown number. Substitute the value of the unknown in the question. Let's check the solution. This is our question. The question said we have to evaluate a square plus b square. Let's proceed. Now let's express both sides of the equation in the powers of their common base. Root 64 now we have 8. For us to express it in the common base, we need to express this in form of power, and for us to express this in form of this 8 in form of power, therefore we are going to have 2 raised to power 3. Since the bases are common now, we need to cancel them out and equate the power. Now we now have a to be equals to 3. Then from b over a, which is equals to 3, from the question you now substitute a, which is equals to 3, in b equals to 3a. Then b is equals to 3a, therefore b is equals to 3 times 3 equals to 9. Hence a square plus b square is equals to 3 square plus 9 square. Therefore 3 square is equals to 9 and 9 square is 81. Now let's add together. Question 24. In triangle XYZ, line XY is equals to 32 centimeter. Angle YXZ is equals to 52 degree, and angle XZY is equals to 90 degree. Find correct to the nearest centimeter. Line XZ. The procedure for solving this: apply the rule Factorize, that is, so is equals to sin x is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Car is equals to cos s is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. 2 is equals to tan x equals to opposite over adjacent. Opposite side is 32 centimeter, and we are asked in the question to find the adjacent side, that is the line XZ. Now since we are dealing with opposite and adjacent, therefore the suitable rule to solve this is 2 tan x, and we represent x as our angle. Now let's check the solution. In triangle XYZ, tan x will represent tan 52 degree, that is the given angles, is equals to our opposite side here is 32 centimeter over adjacent line XZ. Then let's cross multiply. Therefore divide both sides by 52 degree. Line XY now is equals to 32 over tan 52 degree. Now 32 divided by 1.28 degree, we have 25. Question 25. If log 2 base x is equals to 0.3, evaluate log 8 base x. The procedure for solving this: by solving for x, apply the laws of indices, where log b base a is equals to c equals to a raised to power c equals b. Apply the logarithms to both sides. Apply the laws of indices, where log b raised to power a is equals to a log b. Then divide through by the coefficient of the unknown number, and then find the antilog of the value. Then substitute for the unknown number in the question. Now the solution now: if log 2 base x is equals to 0.3, then let's apply this law. When we apply this law of indices, we are going to have x raised to power 0.3 equals to 2. Let's apply logarithms to both sides. Therefore we are going to have log x raised to power 0.3 equals to log 2. Then let's apply these laws of logarithm. 0.3 log x is equals to log 2. Then divide both sides by 0.3. The log x now is equals to log 2 will give you 0.3010 over 0.3. Then log x is equals to, when you divide 0.3010 by 0.3, we have 1.003. Then antilog. Then x now is equals to 10.069. Then substitute for x equals to 10.07 when approximated in log 8 base x. Then log 8 base x is equals to log 8 base 10.07, which is equals to log. Then press log 8 base 10.07 on your calculator. We have 0. Question 26. An arc subtends an angle of 72 degree at the center of a circle. Find the length of the arc if the radius of the circle is 3.5 centimeter. Take pi equals to 22/7. Let's check the procedure for solving this. Formula for the length of arc is equals to theta over 360 degree times 2 pi r. Then substitute for the given value. Let's check the solution. The length, this is the formula for the length of arc. Then this is a diagram for the length of arc. Here now, when they say we should find the length of arc, they are referring to this line. Now, and for us to get this line, we need to apply the formula for the length of arc. That is, length of arc is equals to our theta is the given angle 72 degree over 360 degree times 2 times pi radius. When you multiply this thing together, you have 4.4 centimeter. Question 27. Make B the subject of the relation. LB is equals to 1/2 open the brackets a plus b close the brackets h. The procedure for solving this: cross multiply the expression to clear the fractions, expand the brackets, collect the like terms, factor out b in the right hand side, then divide through by the coefficient of b. The solution for solving this: we have this our question, then cross multiply. When you cross multiply the expression, it will clear the fraction. You will now have 2 times LB is equals to A plus B, open the bracket, close the brackets, H. Then let's open the brackets. You now have 2LB is equals to H times A, we have AH, plus B times H, we have BH. Then collect the like term. That is, you now have 2LB minus, when plus BH comes to this side, you now have minus BH equals to AH. You now factorize the right hand side. We have B in common, write B out. Then B divided by 2LB, we have 2L minus B divided by minus BH, we have minus H, close the brackets, equals to AH. Then divide both sides by 2L minus H. B now is equals to AH over 2L minus H. Question 28. Eric sold his house through an agent who charged 8% commission on the selling price. If Eric received $117,760 after the sale, what was the selling price of the house? The procedure for solving this: percentage cost price is 100%, percentage commission on selling price is 8%. Then deduct percentage commission on the selling price from the percentage cost price, it gives percentage selling price. Then selling price is equals to selling price after commission received times percentage cost price divided by percentage selling price. The solution for this: 100% minus 8% is equals to 92%. How? 100% stands for the percentage cost price minus percentage commission on the sale price. It gives us percentage selling price. Then we know that this is the amount Eric received after the sale. This is the percentage selling price. The amount Eric received after the sale multiplied by the percentage cost price is equals to selling price times percentage selling price. Then divide both sides by 92%, which is the percentage selling price. Therefore, our selling price now is equals to selling price after commission received times percentage cost price all over percentage selling price. Now our selling price now is equals to, when you multiply this together and divide it by 92%, we get $128,000. Question 29. Find the angle which an arc of length 22 cm subtends at the center of a circle of radius 15 cm and take pi equals to 22/7. Procedure for solving this: the formula for the length of arc is equals to theta over 360 degree times 2 pi r. Then substitute for the given value. Then solve for the angle. The solution now: arc of length is equals to theta over 360 degree times 2 pi times radius of the circle. We now have 22 cm equals to theta over 360 degree times 2 pi times 15 cm. You now have 22 cm is equals to theta over 360 degree times 2 times 22/7 times 15 cm. Here, For us to get our theta, we need to multiply this thing together. We now have 660 theta over 360 degree times 7. We have 2520. Then cross multiply to clear the fraction. You now have 2520 times 22 centimeter equal to 660 degree. Now you now have divide both sides by 660, 84 degree. Question 30. A rectangular board has length 15 centimeter and width 8 centimeter. If its size are doubled, find its new area. The procedure for solving this: find the new length and width by doubling the given length and width. Area of rectangle is equals to length times width. The solution for solving this is the rectangular board. We have our length to be 15 centimeter and our width as 8 centimeter. Now the new length of rectangular board will be 2 times 15 centimeter. Don't forget that they said in the question that we have to double the sides to find its new area. Now the new length of the rectangular board is equals to 2 times 15 centimeter, which is equals to 30 centimeter. Now the new width of rectangular board now is equals to 2 times x, which is 2x centimeter. Hence, new area of rectangular board is equals to new length times new width. Therefore, our new length is 10 centimeter and our new width is 2s centimeter. Then you now have 30 centimeter times 2s centimeter. Our new area of rectangular board now is equals to 60x centimeter. Question 31. In the diagram, POS and ROT are straight lines. OPQR is a parallelogram. Line OS is equals to line OT and angle OST is equals to 50 degree. Calculate the value of angle OPQ. The procedure for solving this: does isosceles angles of a triangle are equal? Line OS is equals to line OT. Therefore, angle OST and angle STO are equal. Angle OST plus angle STO is equals to angle SOR. That is the sum of opposite interior angles. Corresponding angles are equal. Angle OPQ and angle SOR are correspond. Therefore, angle OPQ is equals to angle SOR equals to 100 degree. Corresponding angle. Let's check the solution. In the diagram, we have this as a diagram. Angle, don't forget that they say line OS and line OT are equal. That is this line OS and line OT, because they are isosceles and as well their angles are going to be equal. We have 50 degree here, we are going to have 50 degree here as well. Angle STO now is equals to 50 degree. These angles are equal if isosceles triangle. Now angle SOR is equals to 50 degree plus 50 degree is equals to 100 degree. The sum of opposite interior angles. That is, this angle is interior to these base angles. Therefore, you are going to add these angles together. When you add these two angles together, you will have 100 degree, sum of opposite interior angles. Therefore, angle OPQ is equals to 100 corresponding angles. How? That is, this angle is equals to 100 degree. This angle and this angle are correspond. Therefore, this angle is equals to 100 degree. Corresponding angles are equal. Question 32. Factorize completely. Into brackets 2x plus 2y into another bracket x minus y plus into bracket 2x minus 2y into another bracket x plus y. Then procedure for solving this: factorize the expression and add the expression together. Let's check the solution. For us to factorize this, we need to add the two values together because they are common. Now let's say 2 plus 2, we have 4. We have this expression in common: 4 into bracket x plus y, close the bracket, and open another bracket x minus y. That is our final. Question 33. The interior angles of a polygon are 3s degree, 2s degree, 4s degree, 3s degree, and 6s degree. Find the size of the smallest angle of the polygon. The procedure for solving this: the sum of interior angles into brackets 2n minus 4 times 90 degree, or n minus 2 times 180 degree, where n represents the number of angles in a given polygon. Then equate the sum of interior angles with the summation of the given polygon. Then solve for the unknown number. Then divide through by the coefficient of the unknown value. Then substitute the value for the unknown numbers. The solution now: the sum of interior angles. We are going to equate the sum of the interior angles with the summation of the given polygon. This is the sum of the interior angles. Our n now is going to represent the number of angles. We now have 2 times 5 minus 4 times 90 degree. When we add these angles together, we are going to have 18x degree. Then 2 times 5, we have 10 minus 4 times 90 degree equals to 18x degree. Then 10 minus 4, we have 6 times 90 degree equals to 18 degree. Then 6 times 90 degree, we have 540 degree equals to 18x degree. Then divide both sides by 18. X equals to 30 degree. Hence, the size of the smallest angle is 2x. The size of the smallest angle here is 2x. Then you now substitute for your x, that is 2 times 30 degree, which is equals to 60 degree. Question 34. A box contains 2 white and 3 blue identical balls. If 2 balls are picked at random from the balls, one after the other with replacements, what is the probability that they are of different colors? The procedure for solving this: probability is equal to number of expected outcome divided by total number of possibility outcome. Picking with replacing is an independent event. Once the first ball is picked, it won't affect the total number of balls in the second picking. Then probability of different colors now is equal to probability of white times probability of blue, or probability of blue times probability of white. The solution now: number of white balls is equal to 2 and number of blue balls is equal to 3. Total number of the balls is 2 plus 3 is equal to 5 balls. Then the probability that the first ball is white and the second ball is blue is equal to probability of white times probability of blue, which is equal to 2 over 5 times 3 over 5. Now 2 times 3, now we have 6, and 5 times 5, we have 25. The probability that the first ball is blue and the second white is probability of blue times probability of white equals to 3 over 5 times 2 over 5. Now 3 times 2, we have 6. 5 times 5, we have 25. That is probability of blue ball. We have number of expected outcome as 3 and number of possibility outcome as 5. For probability of white, number of expected outcome we have 2 and number of possibility outcome we have 5. Now when you multiply the two together, we have 6. When you multiply this denominator together, we have 25. Hence the probability of picking 2 balls of different colors is probability of white times probability of blue plus probability of blue times probability of white is equals to 6 over 25 plus 6 over 25 equals to 12 over 25. Question 35. Find the equation of a straight line passing through the points 1 and minus 5 and having gradients of 3 over 4. The procedure for solving this: apply the gradients 1 point form. Y minus y1 is equal to m open the bracket x minus s1. Then substitute for the known s1, y1 and m, where m is gradient equals to 3 over 4. S1 and y1 is points, that is x1 is equals to 1 and y1 is equals to minus 5. Then rearrange the expression. The solution for this, using the gradient 1 point form: y minus y1 is equals to m open the bracket x minus s1. Then substitute our y1. We know our y1 to be minus 5 equals to our m to be 3 over 4. Open the bracket x minus our x1 to be 1. 4y plus 20 equals to 3 times x, 3x minus 3 times 1. We have 3. Then rearrange. Carry this 4y to this side, you have minus 4y. When you carry this 20 to this side, we have minus 20. Then when you rearrange it, you now have 3x minus 4y minus 3 minus 20 is equals to 0. Therefore 3x minus 4y minus 3 minus 20 is equals to minus 23 equals to 0. Question 36. The foot of a ladder is 6 meters from the base of an electric pole. The top of the ladder rests against the pole at a height 8 meters above the ground. How long is the ladder? The procedure for solving this: sketch the diagram, then solve for the unknown side, and apply the Pythagoras theorem, that is, hypotenuse square is equals to opposite square plus adjacent square. This is the diagram to use for the Pythagoras theorem. Then substitute for the unknown sides, then square root both sides. Now the first thing you have to do here is to draw the diagram. Now they say the foot of a ladder is 6 meters from the base of an electric pole. Now from an electric pole, ladder is 6 meters away from the electric pole. That is, we have 6 meters here. Now the top of a ladder rests against the pole at a point 8 meters above the ground. Now the ladder rests against the pole at a point 8 meters above the ground. Now we have 8 meters. Now they now said how long is the ladder. For us to get the ladder, therefore we need to find the hypotenuse side, the length of this hypotenuse. Now let's start. Let's represent the length of the ladder as L. Let's apply the Pythagoras theorem. We have hypotenuse square is equals to opposite square plus adjacent square. Then L square now is equals to our opposite side is 8. Therefore we now have 8 square plus adjacent side is 6 plus 6 square. Then L square now is equals to 8 square is 64 plus 6 square is 36. The sum of these two is 100. Then square root both sides. We now have the root of L square is L. The square root of 100 is 10 meters. Question 37. If tan x is equals to 3 over 4, 0 less than s and s less than 90 degrees, evaluate cos s over 2 sin s. The procedure for solving this: sketch a triangle diagram, then apply SOHCAHTOA, where tan s is equals to opposite over adjacent, sin s is equals to opposite over hypotenuse, and cos s is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. Then find the unknown sides by applying Pythagoras theorem, then substitute. The solution for this: let's apply SOHCAHTOA, that is, tan s is equals to opposite over adjacent is equals to 3 over 4. Now in this diagram now, we have this opposite side as 3. Don't forget tan s is equals to opposite over adjacent, and we have tan s as 3 over 4. Therefore opposite equals to 3 and adjacent is equals to 4. Therefore we have our opposite side as 3 and we have our adjacent side to be 4. Now we need to find the hypotenuse side for us to solve for sin s and cos s. Now let's solve for the hypotenuse by applying Pythagoras theorem. We are going to have hypotenuse square is equals to opposite square plus adjacent square. In triangle ABC, n square now is equals to our opposite side is 3. We now have 3 square plus our adjacent side is 4. We now have 4 square. Now n square is equals to 3 square is equals to 9, and 4 square is 16. Now 9 plus 16 is equals to 25. Then square root both sides. Square root of n square is equals to the square root of 25. Now n is equals to 5. Hence cos s is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. Now have our adjacent is 4 over hypotenuse 5. We now have 4 over 5. And sin s as well is equals to opposite over hypotenuse, that is 3 over 5. Therefore 2 sin s is equals to 2 times 3 over 5 equals to 2 times 3, we have 6 over 5. Then go back to the question. Cos s over 2 sin s is equals to 4 over 5 divided by 6 over 5. Then change this division sign to multiplication sign by inversing this value. You now have 4 over 5 times 5 over 6. 2 in 4 we have 2, 2 in 6 we have 3. Question 38. From the top of a vertical cliff 20 meters high, a boat at sea can be sighted 75 meters away and on the same horizontal position as the foot of the cliff. Calculate correct to the nearest degree the angle of depression of the boat from the top of the cliff The procedure for solving this: sketch the required diagram, then apply SOHCAHTOA, where tan S is equals to opposite over adjacent, sin S is equals to opposite over hypotenuse, and cos S is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. Then find the arc tangent. This is the diagram. Say, from the top of the vertical cliff, that is the 20 meter high, this is it. A boat at sea can be sighted 75 meters away on the same horizontal position as the foot of the cliff. This is the horizontal position, and it's 75 meters, and it is the same as the foot of the cliff. That is, this and this are equal. Then calculate, correct to the nearest degree, the angle of depression of the boat from the top of the cliff. We have the angle here. The angle here is corresponds to the angle here. Is alternate. The angle here is alternate to the angle here. Therefore, we have theta 1 to be equals to theta 2 because they are alternate, and alternate angles are equal. We apply SOHCAHTOA. Don't forget that we have opposites and an adjacent. Therefore, we are going to apply tan S that have opposite and adjacent. We now have tan theta 2 is equal to, our adjacent is 75 meter and our opposite is equals to 20 meter, equals to, when you cut it to its lowest term, we have 4 over 15, which is equals to 0.2655. For us to get our theta 2 now, we need to find arctan of 0.2655. Now theta 2 is equals to 14.870. Now when you approximate this to nearest degree, we have 15 degree. Now let theta 1 denote the angle of depression of the boat from the top of the cliff. Theta 1 is equals to 15 degree. That is, theta 2 is equals to theta 1 because they are alternate, and alternate angles are equal. Therefore, theta 1 is equals to 15 degree. Question 39. In the diagram, 0 is the center of the circle of radius 18 cm. If angle ZXY is equals to 70 degree, calculate the length of arc ZY. Take pi to be 22 over 7. The procedure for solving this: apply circular theorems, where the angle which a chord subtends at the center of the circle is twice the angle the chord subtends at the circumference of the circle. That is to say, angle at center is equal to twice angle at circumference standing on the same arc. Theta is equals to 2 times 70. Then apply the formula for the length of arc, which is equals to theta over 360 degree times 2 pi times r. The solution now, you have theta to be equals to 2 times 70 degree, which is equals to 140 degree. Angle at center is equals to 2 times angle at circumference. That is, 2 times of this angle is this angle. Hence, arc ZY is equals to theta over 360 degree times 2 pi times r. Now, ZY now is equals to 140 degree, that is this angle, 140 degree over 360 degree times 2 times 22 over 7 times 18. Now, arc ZY is equals to, when you divide this by 10, you have 40. 14. When you divide this by 10, you have 36. Times 2 times 22 over 7 times 18. When you multiply it together, you have 44 centimeter. Question 40. In the diagram, RT is the tangent to the circle at R. Angle PQR is equals to 70 degree. Angle QRT is equals to 52 degree. Angle QSR is equals to Y. And angle PRQ is equals to X. Use the diagram to answer questions 40 and 41. Question 40 now. Find the value of Y. Procedure for solving this: angle QRT is equals to angle QSR. Now, angle QRT, that is the 52 degree, is equals to angle QSR. QSR, that is this angle. This angle now is equals to this angle, equals to 52 degree. Therefore, angle QRT is equals to angle QSR, which is equals to 52 degree. The solution now, in the diagram, Y is equals to 52 degree. That is, angle in the alternate segments are equal. That is, this angle is equals to this angle. Question 41. Calculate the value of X. The procedure for solving now: angles in the same segment are equal. Therefore, angle RPQ is equals to angle QSR equals to 52 degree. Thus, sum of the angles in a triangle is equals 180 degree. Therefore, angle RPQ plus angle PRQ plus angle PQR is equals to 180 degree. The solution now, let's follow the procedure for solving. Angles in the same segment are equal. Therefore, angle RPQ is equals to angle QSR. This angle RPQ, that is this angle, is equals to angle QSR. This angle and this angle are equal because they are angles on the same segment, and angles on the same segment are equal. Therefore, we have 52 degree here. Now we have 52 degree here, we have 70 degree here, and we have x here. Then we are going to apply the sum of angles in a triangle because these three angles are inside a triangle. Now the sum of the angles in the triangle is equals 180 degree. Therefore, angle RPQ, this angle, plus PRQ, this angle, plus PQR, this angle, is equals to 180 degree. Let's check. We know that RPQ now is equals to y, which is equals to 52 degree because they are angles on the same segment. Now we now say angle RPQ, that is 52 degree, plus angle PRQ s degree, plus angle PQR 70 degree is equals to 180 degree. Sum of the angles in a triangle. Then collect the like terms. We now have s now is equals to 58 degree. Question 42. Calculate the variance of 2, 4, 7, 8, and 9. The procedure for solving this: prepare a table for the summation of s and x squared. Then apply the formula for variance. The solution now: prepare a table for the summation of x and summation s squared. Now our value for s is 2, 4, 7, 8, and 9. Our value for s squared now, the square of 2 we have 4, square of 4 we have 16, square of 7 we have 49, square of 8 we have 64, square of 9 we have 81. The summation for s now is equals to 30. When you sum this one also, when you sum it together, we have 214. Hence, variance is equals to summation s squared over n minus summation x over n, close the bracket, raised to power 2. Therefore, summation s squared now, which is 214 over n. N means number of scores, and our scores are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 5 minus summation x 30. We have 30 over n, the numbers 5. Then into close the brackets, raised to power 2. Then 214 divided by 5, we have 42.8, and 30 divided by 5, we have 6, raised to power of 2. Now 42.8 minus 6 squared, we have 36. Then 42.8 minus 36 is equals to 6.8. Question 43. The first term of an arithmetic progression is 37 and the first term is minus 20. Find the common difference. Procedure for solving this: formula for arithmetic progression is Tn is equals a plus n minus 1, close the bracket, d. N stands for number of terms, a represents first term, d represents common difference, and then substitute for the given terms. The solution now: this is the formula for arithmetic progression. Then the fourth term, here they said our fourth term is 37. They said our fourth term is 37. We now have 37 equals to our a, that is the first term, to be minus 20 plus n minus 1, that is 4 minus 1, which give us 3 times d. We have 3d. Therefore, we have 37 is equals to minus 20 plus 3d. When you collect the like terms, this minus 20 will come here, it returns to plus 20. We now have 37 plus 20 equals to 3d. Now 37 plus 20 now is equals to 57. Then divide both sides by 3. d now is equals to 57 over 3 equals to 19. Question 44. In the diagram, PQ is parallel to RS. Angle QFG is equals to 105 degree and angle FEG is equals to 50 degree. Use the diagram to answer questions 44 and 45. Now question 44 now, find the value of m. The procedure for solving this: label the necessary angles to get our required angles. Here let's label S. Then solve for angles on the straight line to get S, and solve for angles in a triangle to get M. the solution now. Let's label x. Now let's label this angle x. For us to get our x, we need to find the sum of angles on a straight line. We now have x plus 105 degree is equals to 180 degree. Sum of angles on a straight line is equals to 180 degree. Then collect the like terms. You now have x, you get 75 degree. Then you will say 50 degree plus s degree plus m degree. They are inside the triangle. Therefore, you will now say the sum of these three angles is equals to 180 degree. Sum of angles in a triangle. Then substitute for x equals to 75. Therefore, 75 plus m now plus 50 degree is equals to 180 degree. Then collect like terms. You now have m is equals to 180 degree minus 75 degree minus 50 degree, which is equals to 55 degree. Our m now is equals to 55 degree. Question 45. Find the value of n. The procedure for solving this: corresponding angles are equal. N and s correspond. Therefore, n is equals to x. The solution now: this is a diagram. This x corresponds to this n, and corresponding angles are equal. X corresponds to n, and in the diagram given in the question, n is equals to s and x is equals to 75 degree. Question 46. A box contains 5 red, 6 green and 7 yellow pencils of the same size. What is the probability of picking a green pencil at random? The procedure for solving this: apply the probability formula, that is, probability is equals to number of expected outcome divided by total number of possibility outcome. Then convert the fraction to its lowest term. Now let's check the solution. Now number of red is equals to 5, number of green is equals to 6, and number of yellow is equals to 7. The sum of the pencils is equals to 18. That is, 5 plus 6 plus 7 is equals to 18. Hence, the probability of picking a green pencil at random is probability of green is equals to number of expected outcome, that is number of green over number of possibility outcome, the total number of pencils, which is equals to 6 over 18 equals to 1 over 3 when you convert it to its lower term. Question 47. The pie chart represents fruit on display in a grocery shop. If there are 60 oranges on display, how many apples are there? Procedure for solving: find the sector angle of orange by subtracting the sum of a given angles from the sum of the angles in a circle. Then find the total fruit by applying the formula: total fruit is equals to number of a particular fruit times sum of angles in a circle divided by sector angle of a particular fruit. Then find the number of apples by applying the formula: number of particular fruits is equals to total fruits times sector angle of a particular fruit divided by sum of angles in a circle. Now let's check the solution. Angle of sector representing orange. Now we don't know the sector of orange. Now we need to find the sector of orange first. Now for us to get the sector of orange, we need to say the sum of the angles in a circle minus sum of the given angles. Now these are the given angles. We are now going to subtract these given angles from the sum of the angles in a circle, and the sum of the angles in a circle is 360 degree. You now say 360 degree minus 280 degree. We have 80 degree remain. Now the total fruit now is equals to number of orange times the sum of angles in a circle divided by sector angle of orange. Therefore, total fruit is equals to number of orange here is 60 times sum of angles in a circle 360 degree divided by sector angle of orange is 80 degree equals to 270 degree. The number of apples is equals to total fruits times sector angle of apple or divided by sum of angles in a circle. Therefore, number of apples is equals to the total fruit, we have 270 fruits, times sector angle of apple, we have 120 degree divided by 360 degree, which is the sum of angles in a circle. When you multiply these two together and divide this by 360 degree, we have 90 apples. Question 48. The following are scores obtained by some students in a test. Use the information to answer question 48 to 50. This is the procedure for solving. Prepare a table for the summation of the score, frequency, and the product of score and frequency. And the product of score and frequency. Now this is a table. 8 exists 2 times, 11 appears 1 time, 13 appears 3 times, 14 appears 2 times, 15 appears 1 time, 16 appears 1 time, 17 appears 1 time, and 18 appears 2 times. Now our fs now, that is the product of score and frequency. 8 times 2 we have 16, 10 times 1 we have 10, 11 times 1 we have 11, 13 times 3 we have 39, 14 times 2 we have 28, 15 times 1 16 times 1 17 times 1 17, 18 times 2 we have 36. The sum of the frequency now we have 14, and the sum of the product of score and frequency we have 188. Question 48 now. Find the mode of the distribution. Now the solution for us to get the mode from the table above, mode is equal to 13. Mode is the score with highest frequency. Question 49. Find the median score. The procedure for solving this, now rearrange the scores above in order. Now have 8, 8, 10, 11, 13, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18. Pick out the middle number as the median, but in this case we have 2 numbers in the middle. Therefore we need to add the 2 numbers together and then divide it by 2. Now the 2 numbers we have in the middle are 13 and 14. These are the 2 numbers we have in the middle. Now let's check the solution. From the scores above, median score is equals to 13 plus 14 divided by 2 equals to 27 divided by 2 equals to 13.5. Question 50. How many students scored above the mean score? The procedure for solving: apply the formula for the mean. Mean is equal to summation fx over summation f. Then use the mean results to find the number of students who scored above the mean. The solution now, from the table above, this is the table. Let's find the mean. Mean is equal to summation fs all over summation f. Summation fs is equal to 118 and summation f is equal to 14. Now have 118 divided by 14 equals to 13.428. Hence the number of students who scored above the mean. To know the number of students who scored above the mean, don't forget that those that scored above the mean starts from here, because 13.428 is greater than 13. Now these are the students who scored above the mean starting from 14. The frequency of 14 now, we have 2 students, 15 we have 1 student, 16 we have 1 student, 17 we have 1 student, 18 we have 2 students. Now we are going to add this up. You now have 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 is equals to 7.